Else for everyone, where I contribute to the automation of some of E4E processes, and also I'm a bioinformatics analyst, and I love everything around emerging technology. Anyway, so today's section is going to be more of using prompt engineering skill to create content, especially if you are into creating digital content. So today's section will delve more around that. So, and a quick icebreaker questions. I would like to have a kind. I want this section to be a kind of interactive section, in the sense that I want the audience to participate as well in this, in some of these questions that I'll be asking us, so that we get familiar with each background that each and every one of us is coming from. So I would like to ask if how many of us here have once used any AI tools like ChatGPT or similar platform for content creation before? So is there anyone that would like to give a thought to that? If you have used any AI tools to create content before in the past, and what was your experience with that?
I can see Mariam Sharif raising up her hands. Please kindly unmute your mic and say a word or two.
Okay. Okay. As I once said, I'm Miriam Shaibali. Yes, I've used ChatGPT, not ChatGPT like that. I normally use Gemini, and
Really?
sometimes yes, and sometimes I also use ChatGPT.
Okay, all right. Thank you. And what was your experience with that?
When I prompt it,
Yeah.
normally give me a very good, like, I prompt it and it gives me what I want. It do not hallucinate.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that. And if you could automate one task in your content creation process using AI, what would it be, and why would you want to automate that? I know that most of us here, we are digital marketing interns, or we are kind of creating content anyway. So if you want to automate some of this your content creation using AI, which particular type of content would you like to automate, and why will you want to automate that? Is there anyone that would like to give a thought on this? Anybody?
Well, I think it's a no from the silence. If there is anyone, you can simply unmute your mic and let's have it.
Okay, and if you are not able to unmute your mic, I believe you can still drop it in the chat, so that we can have it read out. So, anyways, just reason around that. If you want to automate any task, like you want to automate your content creation task, which particular task will you like to automate with AI, and why will you want to automate that kind of task? And I believe that questions can be answered at the end of this session as well. Before David into some of the tools we'll be using basically in this prompt engineering for content creation, I would like us to look at the prerequisites, like what do you need, which foundational skills you will need to be able to do some content creation, which I believe some of us have been answering that already. You should be proficient with AI tools, and as this is very key to prompt engineering, because you are giving an input to AI, so AI will respond with an output. So that's basically prompt engineering, like you giving a prompt to AI, so the AI models will now return the output to you. And this involves understanding basic AI operations and applications, especially in content creation. So having content creation experience is crucial. So what I mean by this is that it is not enough for you to say that I can use AI tools alone. So it boils down to your domain knowledge. Like, what background are you from? Are you from a background that you will be able to give the AI tools the kind of prompt it requires to give a particular output? So it boils down to your content creation skills as well. So what AI is meant to do is just to fast track and automate your task. You need to still give it what your input so that it could give you what you desire. So being familiar with creating engaging content in any medium provide a strong foundation for using AI enhanced methods. So AI is just an enabler to quickly create your content. It's not kind of replacing you. You need to use your own set of skills, your own domain knowledge to be able to uh, automate or to be able to fast track your task. So, and apart from your content creation skill, which I believe most of us here we have, you will need a basic understanding of a machine learning at the theoretical knowledge, not basically using coding. You just need a kind of basic understanding of how these models are created. You know that they are created by training, right? Most of these AI are created by training. You just need to understand that most of these models they depend on what? They depend on data for them to be able to give us our desired output. And that will prompt you to be able to create your own AI solution, especially in the context of creating content. So why deep technical expertise isn't necessary, knowing how AI models like GPT learn and generate response will aid in creating effective prompts, which I said that all these models they depend on data. This is what you just need to know. These AI tools that we will be using and your basic domain knowledge, which is content creation, also understanding that most of these AI models they are trained based on a group of data or a particular data set. So now to the basics of prompt engineering. Prompt engineering revolves around crafting precise and structured input prompts to generate specific contextually relevant output from AI models. You want to generate a specific context output from AI models, and it is a crucial skill for anyone looking to optimize the performance of AI, especially in content creations. Like you want to create a content of about 2,000 words, which may take you 2 or 3 days, and you already know the concept of what the content you want to create should look like. You just need to give the AI models what the input should look like. You need to structure the input, you need to craft the input so that you can generate your desired content, your 2,000 words content. So that basically uh, prompt engineering. So for civic tech consulting, like what the session is all about is it helps in streamlining the creation of engaging, informative, and impactful content for government entities, the NGOs, and community stakeholders. So this helps in regards to just to fast track the process of creating content for these stakeholders. And these are the benefits of prompt engineering, like rapid content generations. You can, instead of writing a word of 2,000 that may take 2 3 days to write it finish, you can do that within 10 15 20 minutes, depending on how fast and how creative you are with your content creation skills. And it helps to tailor messaging for diverse community and policy oriented audience. You can tailor the message based on your particular audience, the audience you are looking out for, the audience you are creating the content for. So you can always content the creation using the knowledge of prompt engineering, and it's very scalable for outreach campaigns. So it's very scalable. You can quickly create the content in a short period of time. It's very scalable. So these are some of the benefits of prompt engineering. And strategies for effective prompt engineering. So how do you what are the strategies that you need to use to create an effective content? So the first thing is clarity and specificity. Ensure your prompts are very clear. So for your model to not hallucinate. You need to make sure that your prompt, that means your input you are inserting into the AI models must be very, very what? Very clear and must be very specific. So ambiguity can lead to unexpected results. If you are giving your model an information that is not clear and not specific, so it will be hallucinating. So your models will be hallucinating. So you need to be very clear and specific with your input so that your models can give you your desired output. Another thing is incremental prompting. So incremental prompting starts with a basic prompt and incrementally refining the prompt. If you should ask your AI models a particular questions, you are expecting the models to give you an output. But if you are not satisfied with the output, you can always give it another input just to like fine tune your output so that you can get your output in another dimension in the way you desire, right? You need to have knowledge of incremental prompting, like you giving it series of prompts with time. And also contextual information. So including contextual information within prompt can guide the AI to generate content that aligns with desired tone, styles, and subject matters. You need to just give it some context so that it can give you the desired out content, desired output. You need to tell it the kind of tones you want the words to look like, the writing styles, and the subject matter. You need to give it the subject matter so that the AI will generate your desired content for you. So these are some of the strategies for effective prompt engineering: clarity and specificity. Then give it an incremental prompting if you are not getting your desired output, and always use some contextualized information so that you can get your desired output. And the best practice of using prompts of using AI to generate content is one of which is what? Audience awareness. Imagine if you are creating, the way you will create content for a private stakeholders will be different from the way you create it for uh, public or NGOs or CSOs. So depending on the stakeholders, you need to craft your prompt to target your particular audience. Your prompt should be very specific and clear to your target audience, and also clarity and simplicity. Like I said, ensure your prompts are very clear to avoid vague or irrelevant output, especially when you are communicating civic matters. So you need to make sure that your prompt is very clear and very simple for your model to understand, and experiment with language. Test out different tones. Like use you can put prompt that you can insert a particular words in your prompt that it should make the tone of your output to be very formal. It should be inspirational, it should be neutral, depending on how you want your content to look like. So you can always experiment with the type of language you want the models to generate for you. Do you want the content to be inspirational, or do you want the content to just look normal, or it should be formal, informal, depending on how you want the content to look like? And this is coming into the aspect of emotional prompting, like you are putting emotion into some of these the inputs you will be inserting into the AI model. So another thing is incorporate local context. Use region specific language, data and example to make the content more relatable and effective in civic space. Make sure you always use region specific language so that the content, the output you want the AI model to generate will be relatable to the audience in that particular space. So you just need to be very sure about these best practices to get your desired content. So now on to the hands-on sections. I don't know if you have any question at this point. Do you have any questions before we move on to the So no questions, right? Please, and I would like to ask us, you can just make use of the emoji to demonstrate if you have a chat GBT account. Please, I want to see your hands up. If you have chat GBT account, I want to see your hands up. All right. So if that means we still have larger percent that don't have a chat GBT account. So chat GPT is an open AI product. Open AI product is the name of the company that develop ChatGPT. So and ChatGPT has several models. So they are still training the models. We have different models of ChatGPT. They are also improving on the model so that it can generate a better output for the users. So ChatGPT, now people are making use of the OpenAI models from OpenAI to build their own AI solution. So to build their AI solution. So if you don't have a ChatGPT account, I will just quickly demo it on how to create your own account. I think I need to log out of this. So if you don't have an account, you can do sign up here. And then if you are using Google, you can make use of Google. If you like to connect your account directly with Google, you can make use of Google. If you are using Microsoft or Apple address, you can do that as well. So depending on the one you want to do, and you can also type your Gmail directly here. So I've already been making use of Google. I can just continue from here. I can continue with Google. So I have the account. So that's why I'm having uh this page. But in your own case scenario, you need some level of permission to be able to do that. I will just see if we were able to create the account, like the ChatGPT account. Depending on your address, either email, Gmail, Microsoft Mail, and the Apple Mail. So you can always make use of the one you are very familiar with. Then you create the account from there. So after creating the account, you will have a page like this. So you have a page like this in your account. This is how the interface of ChatGPTs look like. ChatGPT has a lot of extension as well. You can look at it here. I'm making use of Wave version. How do you mean you are making use of plus, which you need to pay, I think, $20 per month. To do that, you can always upgrade from here. And this is just like the normal open source version of this. I think this is their own business model. So you can always make use of this particular one, which is also pretty very good. And there are a lot of extensions that you can always work with from here. If you know, like, you let me just click here, explore GPTs. There are a lot of GPT depending on what you are using the chat GPT for. Let's say you are a content creator, right? You can just click from here, content creator. So it's telling me a lot of things here, that we have social media manager, content creation generator AI, SEO content creator, website content creator. We have a lot of content creation GPT. This, I'll just click on this first one, social media manager or content creation generator, and I'll click on chat. So now that I have this, the difference between using the extension and ordinary ChatGPT here is that some of this extension has been trained on a particular data set, and they has been tailored to answer a particular questions. They are not being generic like this particular one. So you can always make use of this to seek for your own use case. If you are creating content, go from here, then you click on social media manager and content creator generator. Then you click on this and you start the chat. I want to believe we are on the same page. All right. So basically, if you want to, I have some content here that I already like the prompt I already created from here. Let's say you want to create a community engagement report, a kind of content for community to engage, right? You can just say generate a two-page report on how digital tools improve citizen participation in city planning for a mid-sized urban community, right? I'm generating a two-page report so that the community can engage in this particular report, how citizens are participating in using digital tools. So I'll just copy this particular one, generate a two-page report on how digital tools improve citizen participation in city planning for a mid-sized urban community. So I'll go back to this page and I'll paste this particular link here. So we have it here, generate a two-page report. You could even specify the number of words. Let the number of words be greater than, let's say, 1000 words, right? So I'll just click enter. So it's still is there's this thing about uh okay, I think I need to make use of. I already used this because I'm using the free version models. I can make use of another account. I think I have one account open here. I'll go back to the same content creation, the content social media manager, content creation generator AI. I'm using the same thing. I'm using another interface because I've already exhausted my free plan for my previous account. So that's why I'm switching to this particular one. So I'll just paste the content here and I'll click enter. So you can see that the AI is reasoning. So there's a kind of chain of thoughts. The AI is reasoning to produce output to generate like it reason a chain of thoughts. It's reasoning for a period of time to just generate the content so that the content will fit into the prompt we give the AI. So you can see from here that we have how digital tools improve citizen participation in city planning for this. So this is the content. You can see that it's generating the content. So it now boils down to you as a content creator. You don't just copy this content, you don't just copy this, it's still generating this, right? So I specified 1000 words. So if I don't want it to be up to that, that means I need to reduce it to, let's say, 500. If I want it to be more than this, like 2000, depending on how I want it. But if you are using free version and you are going for a higher number of words, it's going to stop at a particular point because you are making use of free version. So this is the output. I can do well to still generating this, right? Still generating this. So it's generating. So this is just one way to create content using AI, right? You can see that this is very pretty fast. If you should said that you are creating the content and you are seeking for information from different sources, you would have to read it, right? You read it, you digest the content before you start creating your own specific content for that. But using AI, I was already reason everything for you, then like create the content for you. What you just need to do as a content creator now is to look at the content. Does it fit into like your what your desired output should look like, right? Does this fit into it? If it fit into it, then that is okay. You just need to do a kind of editing to look into the content very well to be able to see if there is something you need to add or any things you need to remove from it. And if it does not fit very well, you can give it an incremental prompting to be able to tailor the output towards your what you want your output to look like. So this is the information we are having here. You can see that we have a lot of information from here. So you can do well to copy this and paste it in your document. Let's say you are using any, you can create it in your document. Then it's always good to, depending on how you want it, it's always good to either copy it directly. You can see the hashtag and the likes. You need to remove all these informations from this. So this is one way to create content, right? Very pretty simple to create content. Let's look at another example before. Let's look at another example. So like you are doing a social media campaign for advocacy. You want to write a series of Twitter posts encouraging civic participation in a local government transparency initiative targeting young adults in Nigeria. So you want to write a series of Twitter posts. That means the post is not going to be one. Let's say you are preparing for a post, a two or three posts for like 3 days, right? So that means you need to make use of this to generate a series of posts. You need to specify it there that you want a series of Twitter posts, not just one. But in here, I will change it to I will change it to LinkedIn. I'll change it to LinkedIn. You can always look for other GPT models. Let's see if there's any LinkedIn GPT here. So you can see that there's LinkedIn, professional LinkedIn post writer. There are some other LinkedIn. These are just another set of GPTs built that are developed on a particular knowledge base. So they are trained on a particular knowledge to see that this post is mainly for LinkedIn. It's not meant for some other social media platform. So I can do it to click this, then I click on start charts. I copy the post, but this time around I'm changing this to LinkedIn. I want to create a LinkedIn post. So LinkedIn posts, write a series of LinkedIn posts encouraging civic participation in a local government. I can set write like 5 different LinkedIn posts. So 5 different LinkedIn posts and I'll click enter. So it's going to generate the LinkedIn post for me. So this is the first post, right? This is the first post. And another thing is this, though we are making use of free version, I would also like to generate, when we say content, we are not talking about words alone. We are also talking about image or uh, we are talking about videos. But this time around, we will not be generating videos because most of the video, uh, large vision models always come with a kind of subscription that you need to pay for those vision to generate videos. But we can do it to generate image. Let's say that I need image for the first post relating to its content, right? So you just need to know how to fine tune. You need to put your prompts so that it will give you your desired output relating to its content. For the first one relating to the content, I'll just click here. now wait, you can see that it's generating image. So I may not like the image anyway, but that could give me a kind of like how should, for example, for a graphic designer, how should my image look like? So that should give me a kind of level of uh the level of what my image should look like if I want to create my own personal image. So you can see that this is well informative, right? This particular one is well informative. Even for a graphic designer can make use of this and do some editing. This make a lot of sense relating to this particular content. So you can do well to copy this. Nigeria future is in your hand. By joining local government transparency, you can hold leaders accountable and so on and so forth. And then you attach this image to the LinkedIn post, right? So this is one way to go about that, how to make generate image, and you also want to generate text and also image for your content. And if you see that you don't really like the image, you can do well as a graphic designer to like tailor the generated image to your own way, to your own desired image. So you can do that. You can always generate image from this. So I'll just stop at that point of doing this. We can always try some other comments. The more you practice, the more you give a prompt to your models, to your AI models, the more you get familiar with how to give it the desired input, the input that will generate your own desired output for you. So you need to just practice more and let your input be very clear, very specific. So that's how to generate content, right? But let's say that you, anyway, we will not be doing these ones because it's more of automation task. And when you are doing an automation task, it requires you to work with API. You make use of the paid versions of these OpenAI models to generate the content, and you deploy it directly to the LinkedIn platform. If you are making use of LinkedIn, you can do well to generate content from a particular web interface. You create a web interface like a kind of bot, a content creator bot. You create it and automatically it's going to deploy to your LinkedIn post. You don't need to go back to your LinkedIn and start putting the content there. Though it's still at the nascent stage, it's still very pretty new because the AI is still learning. We are not at the artificial general intelligence phase here. We are still at the nascent phase. We just say that there is a way for you to create your content from using the AI platform, and automatically the content will deploy to your LinkedIn post without you going to your LinkedIn. So it will deploy to your LinkedIn post. But one caveat to that is that you may not like how the post look like. So you may not be able to look at the post before the post is deployed to LinkedIn. So you need to check it before doing that. So that's one major limitation right now. But there are platforms for that. You can use of QAI agent is more of a code-based platform to create content. And one thing about Crew AI, this is a multi-AI agent system. What do I mean by multi-AI agent system? An agent systems that make use like communicate to each other. Let's say that we have a graphic designer in the team, we have a content creator in the team, we have a social media manager, we have different people in a team creating content alone. So this AI agent will reason like passing the information to each other, maybe from a content creator and graphic designer, then to the social media manager that will post the particular content. So that's a multi-AI agent system, a kind of reasoning like a teamwork. That is Crew AI. So we have some other multi-AI agent system apart from Crew AI. We have the one from uh, Microsoft, which is Autogen. We have a lot of multi-AI agent system. It's a kind of reasoning between teams. Like we are saying that we have different people doing a different task, and they will be able to work together as a team, then they will generate our desired output, not just one person team, but a group of team. We can have a manager there, we can have a content creator, we can have some other members that will give us a desired output, creating the agent. And also we have Orimon.ai. This is more of low code, like a no code platform. So you don't need to have a knowledge of coding to be able to use Orimon. We have Active Pieces. It's a low code platform. It's just a little code. And we have Team GPT. So this Team GPT, all of this requires API models. That's why I will not be walking us through the hands-on, because they require you to put an API keys to be able to use them. So this Team GPT is just like you having a template for creating a content. Whenever you move to that page, you'll be able to generate the content every time you want. We have chat base. I will just show us how a chat base look like. A chat base is you having a knowledge base for your AI. You already train your AI with your own knowledge, like your own materials that you think you would always need to reference with anytime you want. So that's chat based, and you will be able to interact with the interface. Let me just go back, and uh, I have a particular background here. I have a particular product requirement document, is user requirement. I already created this in the past, so I can this particular bot will create a product requirement document for me. So whenever I said create a product requirement, let me just say requirement template for any civic, let me just put it this way, civic tech products. So I will just click enter. Said you can look here. I can't create a specific template for a civic tech product, but I can guide you on what typical product requirement document might look like. This is because maybe I didn't train this particular models with a civic tech product requirement template. That's why I'm not having anything related to that, because I didn't train it with any template in the past. That's why I didn't have any output. But it's giving me so a kind of guideline on how the product requirement template should look like. I think I should be able to view it. This is the playground. So this is it. This is the output. I can't create this. This is what the output, but I can give you some guidelines. You can always revise the answer as well. Then let's say you created this for a content creation platform. You have your own knowledge and you have your own group of content you are creating. Like you have content already that you have been creating in the past, but you want your AI models to read specifically for your content. You just need to give it some guideline. You just need to create a source. You create a chat-based account, chat base. Then you upload your content to it. You upload your content that you have to this platform. Either it's a file content, it's text, it's website, is it question or answer content. You want you to give it a question or answer, or is it from your Notion database or your project management tools, and you train it from here. Then you will be able to run it in playground. Let's say you want to embed it in your website platform. You can do it to copy the code from here, and it's going to work specifically for your own knowledge base. You can do it, you copy it and put it in your own web-based platform. And your settings, how do you want to name the files, and the chat interface, how do you want it to look like, and so on and so forth, like that. So this is basically you interacting with AI models and you training it with your own uh, data. Then you will be able to get your own desired output from that platform. So, but most of this special, it's more of software development aspect and uh, prompt engineering aspects, whereby they have a particular platform for you to use. That means you need to pay for that. You need to pay for the API keys and so on and so forth. So this is going to be the end of my section. Don't know if we have any questions. Like I said, the list is endless. So we have a lot of automation tools for content creation, or you want to do some data analysis. Sometimes nowadays, some people you don't need to like you just need to insert your data and it will generate your visuals for you. So it's getting to a point whereby the AI will be able to generate reports for us and interpret what the report is talking about. We just need the knowledge domain. We need the expert in the field to be able to give it that particular prompt the AI models need. So this is going to be the end of my session. Do you have any questions?
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Daniel, for this wonderful presentation. I believe our bags are full. We have packed a lot from you today. We have packed a lot of knowledge and skills, which I believe if we are to go out and learn, it will cost us a lot of bucks, not just little change. And really simplify it for everyone. I believe even a layman who don't know what content creation is all about or prompt engineering will be able to grab and say, okay, I've learned this today and this is prompt engineering. So thank you so much for the presentation. And we'll move to the Q&A segment. As I can see, we have a lot of questions. So if you have any question, please raise up your hand or mute your mic and then ask the question, then mute your mic as well, so that we'll take it one after the other and we'll be audible. There will be an effective communication. So please raise up your hand using the emoji so that we'll take the question one after the other. If you have any question, raise up your hand using the emoji and unmute your mic. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So please, if you have any question, I can see Mr. Halare, Yana to Fatima. I saw your hands up earlier, so kindly go with the question, please. Khadija, you can go with your question.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry to interrupt. I actually don't have any question, but I am requesting, please, for the participant to kindly write down their organization name in the chat so that we can observe the attendance, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Khadija. Yeah, as she rightly said, all the participants kindly write your organization name in the chat box. As we are talking, we'll be able to see the list of the attendants and participants. So if you, yes, I can see a hands up. Is it Mariam? Yes, Mariam, go ahead with your question.
Okay, thank you. I'm back again. Sir Daniel Adediran, thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. Like, it was amazing. Like, I know about prompt engineering, but like after this session, I know I'm going to do very well with this session. So my question is, as a content creator, if you want to create a content, because initially where there's a course I did that I say before you prompt any AI, you have to give it persona, give it tags, give it exemplar, give it context, then give it tune. So can I also use it like for the content creation? Can I also use this same method? Thank you for that.
Okay, right. If I should get your thank you for the feedback. If I should get your questions right, you said you undertook a course whereby the prompt engineering course said you should put some user personas and the likes into the AI models for you to be able to get the content. Hello, please can we hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mariam.
I can hear.
Like if I should get your questions right, you mean the course said you need to insert like the user's personas and some other information for you to be able to get the content.
Like they say, you have to like give the AI some, like you have to use this or like for a better prompting. The way they say that for a
Okay.
better prompting, for you to get an output that will not hallucinate. So you have to give the AI a persona. You
Yeah.
give it a task, give it exemplar, then give it a context, then you give it again a tune. So it's like, are we not? Can we also like you into like you are doing into like getting into content creation? Can you also do that to content creation, or maybe it's for some
Yes.
specific aspect?
No. It's generic. When it comes to prompting, it's always incremental. And the fact that you use the you prompt the AI models one times, most of the times you will not get your desired output at once. You need to give it an incremental prompting, like this is what I need you to do. So you need to put this, let the tone be like this, let it be inspirational, let it be this. So you need to always put incremental promptings. You sure you're not going to get your desired output at the first prompt. So you need to just reason around it. This is how I want my content should look like. You should give it this way, you should give it that way. So that's how to go about that. It's very similar across any field. Coming into data analysis, prompting with data analysis or uh, automation task, you always need to iterate it with time so that you can get your own desired output. Did I answer your question?
Absolutely, sir. Thank you, sir, for that. Thank
Yeah,
you so
you're
much.
welcome.
All right, we'll take the next question, please. Anybody with question should unmute his mic and please go ahead. Questions? Okay, I read the silence. We'll take it as no question then, since no one is talking, and I believe with the silence it means there is no any question. Okay, in the absence of question, I think I will be handing the mic over to Mr. Mubarak for a conclusion or statement, words of appreciation for our uh, guest for today. So, Mr. Mubarak, you can go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Daniel, for honoring this invitation. So basically, the conversation I had with Daniel, this session was meant to be internally for the CTC team, uh, but while discussing with my team, we decided to open the door slightly for external participants. And I believe with the current of information that is being shared, we will be having this kind of session regularly, especially with small businesses and also non-profit organization to see around different aspect of their processes so that we could be able to serve them better and also transfer knowledge and clarity as they walk through their digital presence. Thank you so much, Daniel, and we look forward to having you again with probably a larger audience and also on the same or slightly different topic. And also thanks to participants that have made it to this event. And so, as Khadija mentioned earlier, before you leave, you can try and drop your name, the name of your organization or business that you are representing, so that you could be able to track that. You could be able to do a follow up to ensure that how best we can support your business or organization, as we have tailored services that are free that your organization or business could be able to leverage. Along the way, we could be able to partner to support your digital transformation journey. Thank you everyone, and I look forward to seeing your faces once again. Uh, thank you so much. Back to Aisha to close the event. We are exactly at the time. We can take a closing word from Daniel, then we close the event. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm so excited to be part of these sessions. I would just like to say that whenever you want to create like your content, you should, it boils down to your knowledge domain. So the fact you must be hearing the word that AI is going to take most of our jobs, right? For me, I don't really believe so. It boils down to your knowledge domain, like your expertise, where your expertise is coming from. You just need to leverage AI to AI is an enabler, not something that will take your job, but something that will advance your job. So you need to embrace it for AI not to take your job. You just need to embrace it. AI is not taking your job. AI is only taking the jobs of those who lacks the knowledge of using AI. So I'll just end it that way. Thank you for inviting me once again. I'm looking forward to more interaction and more discussion.
Yes. Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you, guys.
This brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you, Mr. Daniel, and thank you to all our participants, and thank you to Civic Tech Consulting as well for offering us this and gracing us with this very good presentation. We all have picked one or two things and learned a lot today. So I hope, inshallah, by the next time we're meeting, we'll be able to input what we have learned today and put it into action. By the next time we're meeting, I hope those who don't have a chat GPT account should be having that. Those who have already have it should be putting this knowledge into action, and then let's see a progress with their activities, with their content creation. So I remain Aisha Damumagaji, the digital marketing intern for Civic Tech Consulting. I'm your moderator for today. So have a nice day, everyone.